not cooking tonight. We're going to do something fun and creative. So let me get suited up here for this. Okay, so we're at the halfway mark of 1 hour. So if you want to go back and watch these later, you'll know that you're on the classroom portion, no apron, fun portion, apron. So that's how you'll know which one, which part of it you're on. So everybody go ahead and get your drink of water before we start the second half. Okay, and again, tonight is chat number 305, and we're talking about setting simple goals, and this is the second half. This is the extra credit portion, so hang in there with me. Hopefully this is going to be fun. It's going to be creative. It's going to be creative for me anyway. I am going to read a little bit to you. I'm going to read you a bedtime story. So before we get done and you all snuggle in, I'm going to read you a bedtime story. You all know how much I've been enjoying this book, and a couple of you all devoured it in like one day. Okay, it takes me forever to read something because I'll read it, I'll go back, I'll read it, I'll go back. This is my mother in me. I've started putting little post-it notes in here of where I want to go back and read some things. But this is Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. And a couple of nights ago, the part that I was reading, the chapter that I was on, really had to do with what I wanted to talk about for tonight. So in this chapter, she's talking about, well, the chapter is called I'm Going to Marry Matt Damon. And she goes into this whole big long story about how she was dreaming about marrying Matt Damon. She had a sign written and put it, had it in her closet. She went and applied for the same job over and over again. I think she applied for it like 20 or 30 times because she was confident that if she got a job at this studio, that somehow she was going to run into Matt Damon, he was going to fall madly in love with her, and they were going to get married. So, is that a big goal? That's a pretty darn big goal. Did she break it down? She sure did. Did she marry Matt Damon? No, she did not. She did get to meet Matt Damon, but no, she did not marry him. But at the end of that chapter, she always writes down, some things that helped her, that kind of helped her with what she was working on in that chapter. So for this one, for the I'm going to marry Matt Damon goal setting, so this was for like big picture goal setting. These were the things that she wrote down, and I want to read them to you. So things that helped me, writing it down. How many times have I said that? Okay, I am not an award-winning author. I do not have, hundreds of thousands of followers on social media. I start to say social media, Instagram is the same thing. Instagram is social media. But anyway, I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm not making millions of dollars a year. But writing it down. So the number one thing that helped her with this goal to marry Matt Damon, which again, she did not marry Matt Damon, but it got her to some other places that she needed to be or wanted to be in her life. Writing it down. I cannot stress this enough. When it comes to goal setting, it's imperative that you write everything down. Write everything down. Okay, maybe not your Matt Damon related goals. I was a teenager, you guys, but if you're dreaming of something for yourself, physically writing down the words is a powerful thing to do. I've been preaching this to y'all for years. Okay, number 2, saying it aloud. Naming your goals is also important because often we struggle to even admit them to ourselves. Make sure when you name yours, you do it in a powerful way. Say, I am getting my master's in organizational psychology instead of I will try to go back to school. Does this sound familiar? We just talked about STAR goals, and we talked about making them specific, truly doable, actionable, and relevant. So instead of saying, I'll try to get back to school, being so specific to say, I am getting my master's in organizational psychology instead of I will try to get back to school. I drive around town saying my goals. So this is Rachel talking. I drive around town saying my goals in my car when no one can hear me. I announce them like proclamations as if it's only a matter of time before they happen. Okay? Seriously. Okay. And then number 3, creating a vision board. The pictures inside my closet hold a lot of meaning for me. They're a constant sorry, it's hard to see. They're a constant reminder of where I want to go, and a visual aid can be really helpful for those of you who don't feel like your imagination is strong. Use someone else's visuals to help you map out your dreams in your mind. Okay, so when she was talking about marrying Matt Damon, she had it written on a board, she had it in her closet, and she looked at it every day. Okay, and she had created a vision board. And again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be, you know, super artsy-fartsy creative, but y'all know I'm super artsy-fartsy creative. So tonight, we're going to work on making a vision board. So no one noticed, well, first of all, nobody noticed that John unchristmased it up here. Not sure how I'm feeling about how naked everything is, but he decided that Christmas was over. So Christmas is over. But nobody noticed this. So the whole first half of the chat, we had this little board sneaking in over here, and no one noticed it, and I'm kind of surprised. My other barber that lives close to here, I think she would have noticed that. She for sure would have noticed that something was different with that. She used to, when we used to do the chat here every week, as I would put things up for Christmas, she would be like, oh, there's an extra snowflake. Oh, there's an extra tree. Oh, there's, oh. So, I don't know. That was one of her favorite things to do. So, okay, so for the second half of tonight's chat, you can't see it. Okay, Debbie says you can't see it. Yes, you can. I can see it. Debbie, I'm watching. Okay, Orlando Debbie, I'm going to disagree with you. I am watching the chat while I'm talking to you all, and I can see it. Okay, I'm going to move it over, though. I kind of had it scooted over so that you all wouldn't be super distracted. Okay, so first of all, it does not have to be this big, okay? Your vision board can be a Post-it note. It does not have to be this big. I'm using this one because this sits over here. This is a board that sits over here next to the sink, and this is somewhere that I'm at every single day. Okay, it's out of the way. We live in a loft. It's this big, so I have to have it out of the way. So you can make your vision board however big or however small you want to. Your vision board might be a Post-it note. Your vision board might be a poster board. It might be a painting. It might be a bedroom wall. You know, however big you want your vision board to be, and whatever creativity you want to put into it, that's all up to you. John doesn't realize it, but he has a vision board that he hauls around with him, you know, almost every day, and it's a flip chart. It's just a giant Post-it note flip chart, and he writes on there what he wants to get done, how he's going to do it. He breaks it down, you know, into smaller parts, and that's what we're going to do tonight. And he just uses Sharpie markers, and sometimes they're different colors. So usually he writes in one color, and I come and mess it up with a different color. But tonight, I'm going to make a fancier one. I'm going to use some scrapbook paper that Alyssa brought over. I am going to use scrap paper that I got from work. So we make hundreds of sheets of scrap paper every day. I've got some little Post-it flags that I got. They're not actually Post-it brand, so I apologize, Post-it brand. If you happen to be watching this chat, these are not actually Post-it brand. I just don't want the Post-it company to come after me, you know. But they're just little, you know, flags. I'm going to do that again. Yours doesn't have to be fancy. It can be something totally simple. Could be just a Post-it note. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this paper into 4s, and then I'm going to start explaining how to make your vision board. What I want you to do for your vision board. Okay, so first things first, write it down. You know, if y'all don't believe me, believe Rachel Hollister, okay? So writing it down is going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to be writing all of mine down, and you all with me live, we're going to create my vision board. Okay, so the first thing is you've got to set a goal. So we were talking earlier about, in the first half of tonight's chat, we were talking about, you know, I'm going to get up, I'm just going to run a marathon today. You know, that it was, oh, good, Phyllis loves the arts and crafts. Good. Phyllis and I are going to get along great. So we were talking about just getting up one, you know, if you just wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to run a marathon today, you got to kind of break it down into, you know, smaller parts. So my vision board, this vision board that I'm making right now, is to, oh no, and Sarah can't stop smiling because she loves the arts and crafts too. Yay. Okay, so my goal has been, since COVID, was to get back to goal weight. I had been at goal weight for almost 5 years, and then stupid COVID happened, and I gained 20 pounds like so many, like so many of you did. There's only so many things that you can eat in solitude, and so many banana bread recipes that you can find online, and so many TikTok, melt butter and pasta and something in a pan videos, that you can watch without gaining some weight. So during COVID, I gained 20 pounds. I mean, like right at 20 pounds. It was weird. It was like freakishly like right at 20 pounds. I don't know why it was a pretty round number. But I keep saying, I want to be at goal. I want to be at goal. I want to be at goal. Okay. That's not specific enough. So we've been talking about STAR goals. So for this to be a STAR goal, it needs to be very specific. So I have changed my STAR goal to, I will be, not just I want to be. So not the nebulous, generic, I want to be at goal. I want to be at goal weight. The very specific, and I'm claiming it and I'm pulling it out of the universe. I will be at goal by my 56th birthday. Okay, my 56th birthday is on June the 13th. That gives me most of February, all of March, all of April, all of May, and the first half of June. That gives me all of that time. So the specificity, oh my gosh, I could say it earlier. Specificity, whatever. Specific is I will be at goal by my 56th birthday. Is it truly doable? Yeah, it's 6 pounds. It's only 6 more pounds. So I've lost 14, but y'all know how that elusive last, that last little bit of weight. So I've got 6 more to go. It's about 6.5 more to go. So is it truly doable? Remember, I've got most of February, March, all of April, all of May, and half of June. So I've got like 4.5, almost 5 months to lose 6 pounds. Yes, it is truly doable. Is it actionable? Yes, I am doing something. I am getting to goal weight by a certain date. And is it relevant? Heck yeah, it's relevant to me because I want to be back at goal weight. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down what your goal is. So I happen to have 3 different colored pens, and I'm going to be very specific and say, I want to be, some nebulous number. I will be at goal weight. Now I didn't say it had to be on my 56th birthday. It could be, before it. It could be right on it. It could be, any of those things. So I will be at goal weight by my 56th birthday. Okay, and I'm going to pretty it up just a little bit. Sorry, y'all have to just sit there and listen to me chicken scratch. Okay, so right now it looks like this. I will be at my goal weight by my 56th birthday. And I'm going to make it a little bit prettier. Again, this does not have to be an arts and crafts project. I happen to like arts and crafts, so I am going to make it an arts and crafts project. Okay, and I promise I won't take this long on all of them. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I will be at goal weight. Yes, sir, I do too. I will be at goal weight by my 56th birthday. Okay, so that's the first thing. So I'm writing it down, and remember what Rachel said. If you write it down, well, let's see, what did she say? And I'm not going to try and flip back and forth too many times. Writing it down, let's see. It's imperative. She used the word imperative. That means you absolutely have to do it. It's imperative that you write everything down. Physically writing down the words is a powerful thing to do. Okay, so I have written the words down, and y'all are my witnesses. And I feel like there are 2 pieces of paper stuck together, but maybe not. Nope, there are the other 3. Okay, so now we're going to take this. The reason I chose, and again, you do not have to make something this big, but the reason I chose this one, I don't have to tape, glue, stick, you know, anything. This has, oh, sorry, Julie, and it's going to be backwards because we're on my phone instead of on the Mevo camera, but it is called Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollister, Rachel Hollis. And if you go back 2 weeks ago, or I'll try to remember to post it again tonight, I'll post a link to I'll try to post the Amazon link for that. Okay, so I like this board because it's big, because it sits over here all the time in my kitchen. I put notes on there about recipes that I want to do for you all, but it's like a burlap, and I can go ahead and put pins in it to hold everything on there. So here's the first thing. And it even came with these cute little flags, and I'll show you all the flags when we get done tonight. Okay, so now I've got the goal up there. I will be at goal weight by my 56th birthday. Okay, so that's up there now. Okay. The next thing we need to do is decide what are the tools that I'm going to use. So some of the things that I have in my tool belt are things like, you know, tracking. I know that tracking works for me. Things like meal prepping. Meal prepping would seem like a good way to, you know, to be at your goal weight by your 56th birthday. Maybe exercise or something like going to meetings. So what are some tools that you all think that I could use to get here? Because remember, that's the big picture. So that's the big picture, and now we need some baby steps. What are some baby steps that I could take to get to that? And while y'all are thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and make something else. Grocery shopping. That's a good one, Lynn. I'm going to have to grocery shop if I'm going to get the food that I need. So that's a good one. What other tools do you all think? Lynn's so smart. Lynn's been doing this a long time. Lynn, how long have you been a Weight Watcher? Because I know you've been with us a long time. And I really do miss seeing your sweet face from those Zoom meetings. I actually got to meet Lynn back during COVID. That was one of the, okay, so COVID wasn't 100%, you know, just terrible. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't 100% terrible because I got to meet some very, very sweet people during our Zoom workshops. Okay, so Lynn says grocery shopping. Ellen says being mindful. So that would be a good tool. That's what I thought. Lynn has been a Weight Watcher on and off for 30 years. 30 years. Okay, and while you all are giving me some more ideas, you're naming off some things from my toolbox. I'm making something else, which will make sense here in just a minute. Yeah, Barbara enjoyed it too. I know. Oh, yep, there's the other Barbara. So, Barbara, what do you think? John un-Christmased it. How are you feeling about that? Okay, Sandra says my mindset. Ooh, Loretta says working on drinking water. Okay, what else? What other tools? Y'all have to entertain yourselves for just another minute. I have to make 4 more of these, so entertain yourselves for just a minute. Oh, yep, Barbara says using your WW app. That's a good one. That's a good tool. Okay. Ooh, Loretta says exercise. Ooh, Sandra says herbs and spices. So kind of keeping it, you know, exciting. That's a good one. Sarah says continuing to track and lots of water. what else? And Barbara, you sent me something. Did you send it in private message? Okay, I just have 3 more of these to make. So y'all name off some other tools. Okay, I'm down to 3. This is going to make sense here when I get this done. I know y'all have got more tools than that. A couple of you all have grown freakishly quiet in the last few minutes. I'm almost done. Oh yeah, yeah, Barbara says love the truck and the campers. I know, Barbara, I know. Okay, let me see. Where am I on? I'm almost done. Ooh, yeah, let's see. Lucy says plan meals. That is a good one. That's a good one. And Gail says nesting. Nesting? Like, what are you nesting? I might need a little more clarification on that one. Okay, and I'm on the last one. Almost done. Almost done. And suddenly it is so quiet in here because our air conditioner just shut off. And yes, I have the air conditioner on. And yes, it was 30-something degrees outside today. And I have the air conditioner on. Oh, and it sounds like our neighbors are getting wound up. So y'all may get a little bit of excitement. Okay, the next thing that I am making for my board is, well, first I have a question. Have any of you all wandered off and gone and found any supplies to go ahead and start making your board with? Anybody? Oop, Loretta says take a deep breath and remind yourself it's okay to get off program for a day. That's a good one. That's a good tool. Okay. So, the next thing that I made, and if yours isn't about weight loss, if yours is about anything else, if yours is about maybe you're trying to save up money for a trip, or maybe you're trying to stop biting your fingernails, or whatever it is, but if you have a way, so remember we were talking about being specific, truly doable, actionable, and relevant. So another taking action is to watch how you're doing. And since this is a board, and I'm going to keep everything on this board, I made some pieces of paper that say 6. So like right now this one's going to go on top because I have 6 more pounds to go. I went ahead and made a 5, a 4, just while we were talking, a 3, a 2, a 1, and then after 1, go, so that we can keep up with how I'm doing. So let me go over here and put these on my action board, or on my vision board. So I'm going to put these up here at the top so that I can keep track of them. Oh, that's very thick. Come on. Okay, so my next weigh-in is on Tuesday. So I have most of February, all of March, April, May, and part of June. But, if I happen to be at 5 on Tuesday, I'll take that off and go to 5. If it's next week, if it's next month, whatever, and I'll just keep counting down until I get to goal. Okay, so that's going to be one of my tools that I'm going to use, is a visual to show me how, to show me how I'm doing. And yep, Carol's exactly right. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, silly. Okay, so for me, what I chose was tracking, exercise, meetings, eating lunch, and prepared meals on hand. Okay, but tracking, that was me that I was talking about in the first example, in the first half of tonight's chat, when I said 1 meal a day, 3 days a week. Okay, I feel like I could track 1 meal a day, 3 days a week. So I'm going to make that one of my little mini goals. That's something that I can do. That is truly doable. So I am going to track 1 meal 3 days a week. For each of those weeks. And I don't know, how many weeks is that, John? Between now and June 13th, how many weeks do we have? He's doing some higher math over here that I can't do. So, okay, so I'm going to pin this up. How many? 20 weeks? Okay. So it is, John says it's 20 weeks between now and June 13th. So for the next 20 weeks, I'm going to track 1 meal a day, 3 days a week. So that is 3 times 20. So I'm only going to track 60 meals over the next 20 weeks, okay? I can do that. I can track 20 meals over the next, or track 60 meals over the next 20 weeks, okay? So that, huh?
It's 19.
Oh, sorry, 19. Well, I can't do the math on that, so we're going to call it 20. Okay, exercise. I know that, so I don't think, I'm a firm believer that you can't out-exercise what you put in your mouth, okay? So you can, but that's a whole different problem that we're not going to go into. So you can't out-exercise. I can't out-exercise whatever I put in my mouth. But I do know that not exercising or exercising helps me to keep my weight off. So I have a much better chance of keeping off what I've already lost and reaching this goal if I exercise. So I'm going to commit to, if I said I'm going to exercise 7 days a week for 2 hours a day, that ain't happening. Because even though we moved into our new location, I don't have 14 hours a week to exercise. But I know for sure that I can walk 3 days a week with Karen. So I'm going to put on here that I will walk 3 days per week with Karen. So that means if I walk any extra, that's just bonus time. Hold on a second. Per week with Karen. So that's very specific. I'll know when I've done it, so I can say, so like I've already walked 1 day this week with her. Tomorrow, that'll be 2 days this week. Thursday, that'll be 3. So it's very specific. I can check it off the list and say, I did it. It's truly doable. It's actionable. It's something I'm going to do, and it's relevant. So that's going to be my next one. Okay. Then, after that, another great tool for my toolbox is meetings. So I'm going to go, oh, is it already getting close to time? Oop, we got 3 minutes. Okay, so I know that I can attend a meeting every single week. So there's a really, really, really good chance that I will go to a meeting since we're done moving. I feel like I can do one every week. Okay. Bless you. Okay, and then another one that's important to me is eating lunch and having meals that are already prepared. Bless you. So you all know that I don't like to do meal prep and eat the same things over and over and over again. But meal prep for me last week was just already having those things on hand at Aldi. So I'm going to say that I will eat lunch 5 days a week, that I will make sure that I eat something good for lunch 5 days a week. So eat a planned lunch. Notice I didn't say 7 days a week because there's going to be, oh, people are saying bless you. 5, he said thank you, days a week. 7 days a week, not truly doable. 5 days a week, now that we're moving into our new digs, I can do that. Okay, so eat a planned lunch 5 days per week. So you all see how this is going. You see where this is going, and y'all see how this is going. So this is going to be my vision board. I'm going to put it somewhere where I can see it. I've written it down. I've claimed it. It's incredibly powerful. I will be at goal weight by my 56th birthday. I will keep you all posted on how this is going, on how this, the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 goal, how that is going. And to break it down into my baby steps, I'm going to track 1 meal a day, 3 days a week. I can do that. I will walk 3 days a week with Karen. I can totally do that. I'm going to attend a meeting every single week. I'm confident that I can attend 19 meetings out of the next 19 weeks. And I'm going to eat a planned lunch 5 days a week. Okay, so does everybody see how to make a vision board? And again, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be that big. It's just something that I already had on hand. You don't have to go crazy with the Sharpie markers, and you don't have to plan out the colors so that they all coordinate and go with each other. I can't wait for Deanna to see this because she loves to do stuff like this. Okay, so hopefully everybody saw how to do a vision board. If you didn't, go back and listen to this again. All of this will be typed out. Casey and Jessica will work on getting everything typed out on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Casey will get these videos posted hopefully tomorrow so that you can go back and listen to them, but they automatically post on Facebook, so that you can hear these later. But I hope that was helpful. It's going to be helpful for me. I have a new vision. I'm no longer just saying, I want to be at goal weight, I want to be at goal weight, I want to be at goal weight. I've got a plan now, and thank you all for letting me have this chat tonight so that I could put together my plan. But I hope this works for you. Let me know what y'all are doing as you make your vision board. I would love, 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 love to see pictures of them. I love to see how creative you all are. But y'all have a great week, and if you are watching this on YouTube, which is just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and let that next video roll over. Please check that little button right there. It's like over here. Go ahead and click that little subscribe button, and then go ahead and click on the bell so that you'll be notified when the next video comes up. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I did miss you all last week, and I'm so happy to be back. So enjoy the next couple of weeks of non-Christmassy this, and then hopefully we will be over in the new showroom so that we can start spreading out and cooking again. But y'all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Good night.